My experience with cognitive processing therapy was I would meet with my counselor and we set it up for a 12-week period. At the first week, I was told to write out my initial traumatic event, the experience, recount it, like writing a novel, in extreme detail. The more details, the better. And I couldn't write, he didn't want me to type it up, he wanted me to actually write it by hand. And when we met the next week with that actual traumatic event written down, he had me read it out loud. And then gave me a bunch of challenging questions, worksheets, which I would then fill out as necessary during the course of the week. So if I would experience a panic attack, I'd write that down, what emotions I felt, why I thought I felt those emotions, what could have been a better reaction to those emotions, and what could have been a better result as a result of my response to that stimulus, to try and make me realize and see how I'm reacting to certain things and what's triggering other panic attacks or flashbacks, and how I can actually take control of the response, or at least understand why I'm having those responses. And then we would meet every Friday and go over those and see where I stood and see what was going on. Make no mistake, it was a very, very exhausting process, mentally and emotionally, because it's some of these things were reliving old traumatic events. I'd be reading that initial traumatic event multiple times, something I did not find pleasant, something I don't think anyone would find pleasant, especially depending on their trauma. Everyone responds differently to their traumatic event. Some people, it's hell, and that's why we're here. That's why we're trying to get better. It's why we want to get better, because we know it sucks being in this environment, this mental state. So it's difficult in that regard, but looking back after 12 weeks, walking through hell again when a suit doused in gasoline, it was worth it, because I realized why I feel the way I do, but also how to approach some of these things so that I can calm myself down as necessary, as well as identify things that could trigger it and possibly avoid those things or find ways to work with them if they're an everyday aspect of my life.